Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Sweat with Jan, Eric, Frank, and we're live. Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2 for the 2023. It's our first semifinal of the World Polo League All-Star Challenge. This is a game dedicated, and for the first time, to Richard Riemenschneider Memorial. We are honored to have his wife, Andrea, and daughter, Robin, here today. It is important to Andrea to remember Remo with a polo game, something he would love. I would like you to all stand, please. And gentlemen, remove your lids as Tom Blake sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Tom. I would always want to recognize also that we allow the players to keep their helmets on for safety reasons during the national anthem. Now, please, everyone, join with me and bow your heads for a moment of silence for Mr. Richard Remo Riemenschneider. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here, and this is truly a passion for us and a memorial as a semifinal. So with further ado, let's go to the players' introduction, and Jan, Eric, Frank.
Thank you very much, and also for me a very good afternoon. Great to have you with us here. This very much we've been looking forward to, the first semi-final of the WPL season. Let's get straight on to introducing you to the teams, and please don't be shy. Give them a big warm welcome as I call out their names. Starting from left to right in the pale wire blue shirts, Richard Mille. Please give it up for the man from Brazil, Gilberto Sayao. At number 2, the first of our 9 goalers, Gonzalito Pierre is coming in at number 2, and then the first of our 10 goalers this afternoon, Pablo McDonough. There he is playing the number 3, and at number 7, give it up for the one and only Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and now over to the team in the orange shirts, Brookshire. Great to see him in the saddle again. At number 1, give it up for Scott Wood. Number 2 is Pipe Vecellino, the 7 goaler, and then straight behind him, the second of our 10 goalers, Polito Pierre is coming in at number 3, and Hero De Carril playing the number 4 position of 8 goals. Of course, I'd like to also welcome you to our 2 mounted officials, Gaston Dorignac and Pepe Araya, in the CTV studios. The one and only third man and instant replay official. You know him. It is, of course, Mr. Steve Lane. Also from me, a very warm welcome to Andrea and Robin Riemenschneider. Great that you were here this afternoon. We have a pretty full house. I'd like to also welcome Melissa Ganzi, of course. The entire crew is here. So if you look to your left, you look to your right, you are probably going to see Polo royalty, because this is where they come on a Sunday afternoon. Grand Champions Polo Club, the home where champions are born, raised, and of course bred. And Dale and I, we've been talking about this semi-final throughout most of the week. Looking forward to seeing these two teams compete this afternoon. Let me just tell you how Brookshire did getting through to this. They beat Trevieso 16 goals to 5. Hero de Carril scoring that winning goal in that quarter-final and also being made MVP. Richard Mille took care of business against Audi. It was a very close game. It went into a golden goal, 5th sudden death chucker. Pablo McDonough, the man, scoring the winner in that game, getting them through to this, the first of our 2 semi-finals. Ball's in play, and here we go then. And it looks like Richard Mille have got the first possession of this semi-final. Up to the front door, and I keep an eye on how they do this at Richard Mille. They do like playing that rotation. Alejandro Novillo Estrada with the number 4 on his back has been such a force within that Richard Mille team. Of course, Richard Mille having already won this in the past, as have Audi. So we're defending, if you will, champion out there this afternoon again, trying to take on Brookshire, who are definitely a force to be reckoned with. You might have noticed on the scoreboard that Brookshire have already been given a goal advantage. They total 25 on handicap, Richard Mille 26. And we have our first whistle of the semi-final.
So we'll get a right-of-way violation to start out. Now remember, like Jan said, both teams will be receiving 1 challenge per half, and then all the triggers are in place. We'll talk more about the triggers, but here we go on the 5A.
Quickly taken. And you will notice that at this level, of course, let me just remind you, you're not just watching some of the best polo in the country, you are watching the highest level of polo played anywhere outside of Argentina. Nice little run over on the far side. Polito Pierres with the number 3 sends it up to the front door, and that's an easy pickings for Pipe Vecellino. Cracking.
Pipe Vecellino, yeah, he's been amazing too, Jan. And as we know, remember, Pipe, he was 100% from the penalty line. So you need to be careful of this Brookshire team. You do not want to foul this team. They're very strong. Back to the bowling, face-off in hockey, bowling and polo. This one's going to be won by Richard Mille.
Now, first touch there by Alejandro Novillo Estrada. He will pass the stick over. Now, once again, look at that. Immediately surrounded by 3 defending players. Richard Mille just taking the pace out a little bit. Now, that man with the number 3, of course, one of our 2 10-goal players. Let me just remind you, the WPL, of course, this year with a total of 6 10-goal players. And that is something they need to keep an eye on, because that man, Pablo McDonough, will shoot from any given angle, any point on the field. And this time a little bit unlucky not to hit the target. And as my dear friend Joe would say, any side of the pitch.
You got it. Remember, keep an eye on Gilberto. Oh, he's been amazing up in front. He picked his spots. The 3-man rotation behind him has been fabulous in the blue jerseys. This is a great matchup early on. Should be a lot of defensive battle here early, just figuring out each other on the knock-in across the center here, and we'll get another whistle. So a great read here by Gandelito Pierres, as he's going to come across the field here. And this is a risky play, Jan, for the Brookshire team to take this knock-in and shoot it all the way across the field. Gandelito Pierres reads this play perfectly, jumps on the right-of-way. For all you new viewers and patrons here at the game today, remember everything about the right-of-way. That ball will recreate a right-of-way, an imaginary line. And who's ever following that line will have the right to go to it. Here comes Pablo with the open goal penalty 2.
When he hammers that one through, no mistake, a cracker, as to be expected. So the first of, I'm sure, many goals to come here by the 10-goaler Pablo McDonough, making it 2 goals to 1.
Penalty 2, of course, 30-yard shot. Arguably the hardest shot in the game of polo. Just like a free throw in basketball, it's only you and the ball. Remember that goal, 24 feet, 8 yards apart. And these are going to be big goals. You need to be strong on the penalties today in our semifinal number 1 of the 2023 All-Star Challenge.
Ball back in play over on the far side. Richard Mille once again coming out on top, winning one. It looked like they'd won the throw-in. Still all taking place on the halfway line. Yeah, the umpires, of course, being as lenient as they possibly can. We want to encourage positive and open style polo, and that is what the WPL is all about. Also, of course, for your entertainment. But health and safety of the four-legged athlete as well as the two-legged athlete, of course, always very, very much the first and the most important level or point here in this game. Once again, turn around nicely with the number 3, McDonough. Pablo McDonough, he's got a line of 3 defenders trying to take a shot, takes it under the belly of the pony. Alejandro Novicio Estrada, can he put the finishing touch to that play? He does. What a cracking goal, Alejandro Novicio Estrada, after a superb assist, a millionaire shot coming there from Pablo McDonough.
Yeah. Unbelievable shot there by Pablo McDonough. And also great seeing Alejandro already coming from the number 4 position on the rotation to pick up the pass. This will take us to our first courtesy change of the day. Remember, here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club, and now a tournament condition with the United States Polo Association, we will have a change of the horses halfway through each chukker on a dead ball play. That's when the umpires do have the ball in their hand or the ball is out of bounds or for a penalty shot. We try to keep it right around 45 seconds to a minute. And of course, this is a memorial. And on September 23rd, 2022, the Polo World lost former Polo Training Foundation chairman and longtime supporter Richard Remo Riemenschneider. Thank you again for the moment of silence today. His years of service to the Polo Training Foundation, Virginia Polo Center, and the USPA through volunteering, fundraising, and mentoring showcase a lifelong commitment to the sport of polo. Yannon, we've talked about Remo all day long. We know so many people that have met him. What an amazing man.
Absolutely, and I think it's great to have this day in honor of him. And you might have noticed downstairs on the prize presentation table a very nice silver plate that we will be awarding a little bit later as well for the Memorial Cup. Andrea Riemenschneider, which of course was Dick's Richard's wife, chose this silver plate that had been given to Dick's parents on their wedding anniversary for this perpetual trophy. So you might want to have a look at that downstairs there on the presentation table. A very special day, and I'm very, very honored to be part of it here today, Dale.
Yeah, a big warm welcome to Andrea and Robin, who are here to stand today. On the bowling, on the move, and look at this, Gilberto.
Gilberto Sayao, the man from Brazil, he'll be happy with that, picking up his first goal. So Richard Mille here, Dale, coming out very strong in the first chukker.
You got it, using him up in front. We talked about his last game. Remember, this being a single elimination tournament, that's by design. And that means when you come to the World Polo League with the best fields, best horses, and top players of the world, playing with the top sponsors, you need to come out firing on all cylinders. And all of these teams have done that. And right now, both teams coming out strong here. 3-2, 2:15 on the clock.
Brookshire winning this throw in. And believe you me, they can play polo too. Nice pass there from the number 3 from Polito. Pierre is looking for De Carril, and De Carril puts it through. That's a quick answer. Nicely done. Goal number 2 for Brookshire. De Carril picking up his first. Remember, they had a goal in hand, so 2 3s on the scoreboard.
Del Carrillo, we talked about him, MVP the last time he played on this field. He is super strong, coming from the number 4 position. And as you notice, by design, both of these teams will use the number 4. Alejandro Novicio Estrada in the purple helmet, in the blue jersey, coming from the number 4. He's already scored. Now, Errol Del Carrillo coming from the number 4 position. Should be a fun game all day long, as field 2 looks like a pool table.
Ball back in play. Here we go then. Just under a minute and a half left to play in this opening chukker. Brookshire coming out stronger now. They didn't win the first couple of throw-ins. Looks like that's turned around now in their favour. Once again, Brookshire, they are shot out of distance. And that just went out to the right-hand side, but they have the firing power. And that's something Richard Mille will be very much aware of. So you want to try and stop, especially Pipe Vecellino and, of course, Polito Pieris, to get in a position where they can take such long shots.
I like the changes here, too. You've seen some balls get run in. Now shooting from a good 60 to 80. These teams have an arsenal of scoring. Here's on a knock-in. It's going to be Alejandro.
Novicio Estrada sends it out to the left-hand side, a little bit short, but picked up nonetheless. Nicely done. And you might notice also, especially at this level, this what we like to call the one-touch polo. On this particular occasion, Gonzalito Pierre is just sending the ball in a wild goose chase. There is the first horn going up the field through the centre there. Pablo McDonough but still on the move. Gonzalito Pierres, now he can shoot out a distance as well. And that will just end in no man's land. So Brookshire dodging a bullet there. They still have to try and clear it there. Let's have a look at the clock. We're down to the last 10 seconds of play. Alejandro hammers one back into the, close to the danger zone. A hook attempt. Pierre is not happy with the non-call by the umpires. Well, the last few seconds will not allow that ball to go all the way, and that is it. So 3 goals apiece, Dale. What a cracking first chucker.
You got to put your hand together. Grand Champions Polo Club, 3-3 after our first chucker of play. That's the way to start this one off. We are in for a fabulous game. 5 chuckers left. Remember, make yourself at home here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, and we'll be back here for the 2023 World Polo League All-Star Challenge, chucker number 2, and we're live on CTV Sports.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to CTV Sports. As we get prepared here, we have some birthday boys in the house. Yeah, I see you down there. Put your hand together for Fred Mannix down here in the corner, everybody. Happy birthday, Fred, as always. Great to see you back, my brother. And also, you see that drone flying everywhere. Well, the best drone pilot in the world, and he's part of the CTV family. And he's Austin Rivers, and we love him to death. He is our boy. So we want to be a big shout out. He's somewhere around here. So Austin, wherever you're at on the far side, happy birthday. Frederick, always a pleasure, man. Good to see you. So give Fred a big old hug or something. Go grab him down there. He's always having fun. He's playing good polo, too. He came out firing in his first game. So here we go, second chucker action. They got them lined up on the far side. And, you know what? Yeah, give us a little breakdown of the teams, just in case someone joined our broadcast a little late.
With pleasure, of course. In the orange shirts, we have Team Brookshire, led there by Scott Wood at number 1, playing off 0 goals. At number 2, Pipe Vecellina, who has already scored, also in that first chucker, playing off 7 goals. And then straight into the 10 goalers, Paulito Pierres, playing at number 3, and Hero de Carril, the 8-goaler, also having scored in that first chucker. To Richard Mille then, in the pale blue and the black strip on the side. That is Richard Mille, led by Brazilian Gilberto Sayao. And he already scored also 1 goal. And then Pablo McDonough at number 3, Gonzalito Pierres number 2, and Alejandro Navijo Estrada playing the number 4 position.
So Pablo McDonough is going to grab one right out of the bowling. And we have seen, well, out of 7 goals already, yeah, we've seen 5 goals scored out of the possessions. Remember, the bowling, such a big part of the game of polo. Possession means everything out there, especially with 2 high-powered offenses. It's going to be Pipe.
Vecellina picks up the ball from the halfway line. He's got Alejandro sticking very closely to him. Alejandro trying to, now that is allowed, of course, to hook a player. but he's managed to persevere, and what a nice finish here. A lot of hard work went into that one. Pipe Vecellino, despite having a man sticking to him there, and that was Alejandro Nevija Estrada, picks up his second goal of the match.
Yeah, Vecellino getting it done from the field, not just the penalty line. And that is just a super goal, great ball control. Vecellino, as he comes out of there, remember the polo field, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide, 9 football fields will fit in the area of that polo field. So 150 from the center to the goal, super goal here. And we're tied up once again with 5:30 on the clock.
Richard Mille picking up that win on that next throw-in so far, and of course we will be bringing you the halftime stats. Make sure you stick around for that, and of course the end of match stat reports. But at the moment, I think, Dale, unless I'm missing something, very balanced, very equally balanced. Another nice long ball deep down. Alejandro won't be able to pick it up. Oh, he faked it with the number 4 there, the Carril, but just too far out for Alejandro Nevija Estrada to do anything with. So again, this is what we came for. This is the essence, the quintessential essence of the World Polo League. And there's only one place to see it, and that's right here, Grand Champions Polo Club. And if you can't be with us, we hope you are enjoying it on CTV Sports. On the move once again, Paulito Pierres now needs to center that ball a little bit. Round the outside he goes. He's got 3 defenders on the inside of that curve. Once again, it'll be Gonzalito Pierres tidying up a little bit, clearing that ball and getting it out of the danger zone. Nice, open, fast, flowing game, and above all, both teams playing with a lot of respect for each other and playing very fair.
Yeah, very fast, very open, using the 4-legged athlete, moving the ball. Pablo McDonough on the pass from Gonzalito, near side next shot across the center in the danger zone, picked up and controlled by Brookshire as they run the far corner.
Brookshire will try and take this one up, but there's nobody back home to play it to, so he's going to have to run this one himself. He's got to get past 2 defenders. The last one in situ, and that is Alejandro Nevija Estrada. And you said it earlier, Dale, that rotation. Yeah, trying to force an error there, but still Alejandro coming out on top. Nice little attempt there by Eero Di Carril. Alejandro Nevija Estrada just taking the pace out a little bit, has a little look up, been given a lot of space and room to work with. Now passes it over to McDonough. Pablo McDonough will change direction. He's got a man on, and this is where, and this is so important, I'm sure Dale you'll agree with me, the horsepower. Teeing up that shot out of distance for the number 4 for Richard. Was it the number 4? No, beg your pardon, it wasn't. It was
Look, one off Gilberto. Now we have to check in the studios, and it went right through there on the play. They tried to back this one out of here. Gonzalito Pierres actually puts that one on. Gonzalito, it goes through the legs of a few of the 4-legged athletes and right through the goal. So Gonzalito will pick up his first of the day. Of course, memorial for Richard Remo Schneider. And in 2016, Remo was inducted into the Museum Polo Hall of Fame for his lifelong dedication to the sport of polo, and known as Remo to everybody. He served the USPA as circuit handicap chairman, governor, tournament committee chairman, treasurer, EVP president, and chairman. He did it all. He was the founder of the University of Virginia Polo School. Wow, what an amazing place that is. The Virginia Polo Center in 1965, serving on the Virginia Polo Board of Directors until the time of his death. And truly, I've been there. This is an amazing place, and was awarded the first Virginia Polo's Cavalier Award in 2021, honoring his leadership and dedication to Virginia Polo once again. So what a guy. Remo back to the center here after our courtesy change with 2:56 on the clock, and we get a quick whistle right here in the center of the field. So remember, all the players, each team have challenges. They have 15 seconds to challenge a call after the whistle blows. So it gives them a little time to think about it and allows the umpires the opportunity to talk it out. Right now, we are having a discussion in the middle of the field. Second chucker action. We will see if they decide to use a challenge. At this point, no, just a little conversation between the captains. As each captain on each team has the ability to discuss plays with the mounted officials. After discussion, then they will have the opportunity to say challenge, and in which case, if they do challenge, then I will get all the information from our mounted officials, and I'll send out information into our IRO/third man Steve Lane in the CTV studios, where he'll use all the angles, the drone, our high cam, and the end zone cams. And believe it or not, they cover that field perfectly. Looks like they're going to go ahead and stay with this one. We are going to have a blocking foul, penalty 4, 60-yard shot, and it looks like it's going to be Palito to do the honors.
Pieris hammers that ball high in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause if you would. One of our two $10, Polito Pieris. What a cracking goal here from the penalty 4 spot. And with that, of course, picks up the equaliser. It is 5 apiece, so this really is anyone's game here, and we are still early in chucker number 2.
Yeah, both teams very clean here early on, Jan, Eric Frank, and they need that. They know that. They know both their teams are great from the penalty line. So the best way to beat a team that's good on the penalty line is not foul, and they're doing a fabulous job, but that one's going to bounce off a player and turned up here, taken out by Bertolino.
Pepe on the move. Yeah, that was a nice little idea, the play to send it back over to the Carril who went up with him. Nice little open back, and Alejandro Navijo started very quick on the stick there, very quick indeed. He's got an incredible eye for the ball and also a very hard worker, and we've seen him play the rotation. Very, very solid. Still Alejandro on the boards. Brookshire will obviously want to avoid what we could call is negative or delay of play on the near side. Yeah, he's going to leave that one behind once again for Pablo McDonough. Gonzalito read it well. McDonough. Pablo will take out Vichelino to allow McDonough the space. There's the cut shot. Watch that ball go. You would say it's got eyes down. That ball certainly does have eyes. Cracking goal, ladies and gentlemen. Put your
Pablo McDonough. Wow, showing you how to get it done from both sides of the field in the first chucker. Hammering one from way out. Great play here by Gonzalito Pierres. As you can say, doing the dirty work, working in there, making the hooks, making the ride-offs, giving Pablo the space, and a fabulous shot. And Jan, as you said, that ball had eyes from the moment it was struck.
Indeed it was. So back to the centre. Down to the last minute of play here in chucker number 2. 5 goals to 6, 6 goals to 5. Whoever you may be supporting, the team in orange currently need the equaliser. Yeah, and that was given the ball to the opposition. Coming straight at you, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are in front of us with the number 2. Gonzalito Pierres, who is looking for the ball. Yeah, eventually one of our 2 mounted officials, in this case it was Gaston Doriac, putting an end to that play. A lot of players coming down onto the line. Not always that easy to determine who's on the line first. Remember, once the ball is dead, the nearest closest player will automatically be awarded that line. If that is then crossed or fouled, which is what it looks like has happened here, we will. The umpires have given a penalty 5A.
Yes, we are going to have a blocking foul here. Pretty clear on the video. Hard to see they all came together, Jan. When you slow it down on CTV Sports, you can see that the orange, the Brookshire team, did come in there and have an uneven ride-off on one of the Richard Mille players. And here we go on the last 30 seconds. Gonzalito for Pablo. Looking for Gilberto. Right in front of goal. Backed up and cleaned up at Brookshire. They have time.
Last 13, 12 seconds on the move. Brookshire now still deep in their own half, but a nice long, deep ball would do the trick. You can see there the player just not happy. Player with the number 3, Polito Pierres, sent back, and we've got 2 attacking players at the front. They just ran out of time. Alejandro Navijo Estrada would have loved to have had an extra couple of seconds, but that is all she wrote, if you will. So 1 goal in it, 6 goals to 5 in favour of Richard Mille. Give him a round of applause and make sure you join us when we come back for the final chucker of the first half after this short break on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Welcome back to CTV Sports and the Grand Champions Polo Club. We are live for the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2. For the 2023 World Polo League All-Star Challenge, semifinal number 1. And of course, the first Richard Riemenschneider Memorial. And this has been a tight one. As 6-5 here, as we started out, it was 3-3 after the first chucker, 1 goal given on handicap to the Brookshire team in the orange jerseys. It looks like we're all ready to go as our mounted officials are out mounting. Remember, all teams still have challenges, so they'll line them up out on the far side. They went into the second chucker, like I said, 6-5. So yeah, just a very close, tight game.
Absolutely, Dale, and we are in chucker number 3, so all to play for here. Ball is thrown back into play, 7:22 on the clock as we get the ball at the game rolling once again on the near side. Nicely picked up here, trying to clear it a little bit. So Brookshire looking for that equaliser, but with that 1 goal in it, Dale, there really isn't much to write home about. Once again around the outside, here he comes, player with the number 2, Gonzalito Pierres, and once he sets the wheels in motion, very hard to stop him, like a freight train. Alejandro Novicio Estrada there, just sticking to him as closely as he possibly can, and that ball will go over the back line. Now the big question is, did it come off a defending player, or did it go over the back line as per normal?
Well, they're going to line up for a knock-in here, as everything looked very clean down there. Group of 4-legged athletes riding around, but Duckity will do the honors on the gray pony. Beautiful gray 4-legged athlete, and on the outlet pass, he's got Polito.
And we'll just leave that behind for Carril. Nice little chip shot there, back over to Polito. A lot of room there in midfield. Hammers a ball down, looking for Scott Wood. And Scott Wood will be will probably beat to it there by Gilberto Sayao. Nice little backhand, comes off a pony. Nicely stopped and turned by McDonough. And what a drive over onto the far side. Good first touch. Oh, look at that. Nicely done, Gilberto. The young man from Brazil. In comes Alejandro Novicio Estrada. Tried to pick that one up on the near side. 3 against 1. Richard Mille in the upper hand here. Alejandro gets the putter out of the wrist. A little bit of wrist action. And he picks up goal number 2.
Alejandro Novicio Estrada, once again, coming from the number 4 position. And as we talked about this, Jan, this is a huge part of this Richard Mille team in their blue jerseys. When Alejandro has been great at the back, slamming the back doors, you can say, playing the Secretary of Defense mode, but when he goes forward, he's even stronger, and already here in the first half, picking up 2 goals, and a very strong goal there, sneaking under the mallet. They're going in another bowling on the far side. If it stays on the field, Pablo.
into a little bit of traffic there, gets the ball off the sideboards very, very quick. And for the first time now in this game, a 2-goal cushion. Brookshire just trying to bulldoze their way through there to get possession of the ball. Now this could be the break for a counter-offensive. Again, De Carril. You could feel that Alejandro Navijo Estrada was coming from the rear, just took the pace out a little bit. Well, this is what happens if you snooze, you lose. You've got to be very quick because you will be punished every time by this man, of course, with the number 3 on his back. 10 goals to his name, and that is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, Pablo McDonough picking up goal number 4.
Pablo McDonough, the ambassador of Richard Mille, carrying the colors at a high level. You said again, 4 goals, 3 from the field, 1 from the penalty line. He is dialed in today and does a great job being the ambassador of Richard Mille. Actually playing all over the world, and last time also playing up in Aspen at the Snow Polo World Championships up there at the Richard Mille colors. Doing a fabulous job there. Very strong on the snow also. I think plays polo great everywhere. Beach polo, snow polo, and here on the grass at the Grand Champions Polo Club.
Well, you just said the key word there, Dale, something which I'm sure a lot of the players will be looking forward to. It's always the icing on the cake, or you call it the frosting on the cake, of course. It's when we go to Miami Beach for the beach polo, which of course culminates the 5th edition of the World Polo League. But now let's just once again go back to why we're here today. Of course, we were talking about Richard Riemann Schneider, known to his friends as Remo. Remo had been an integral part of the Polo Training Foundation family for a good 40 years. He began attending annual meetings as a guest in the late 70s and was elected to the board in 1984. He held the position of vice president in the mid-80s and then chairman from 2014 until 2021. He continued to serve as a board member until his passing. Words cannot adequately describe the sadness we in the polo community feel for the loss of our former chairman, board member, mentor, volunteer, friend, and absolute genuine gentleman. So, very, very happy and very honoured to have this day in his name today.
Yeah, hats off to Remo. Man, what a guy. All right, we got everybody back quickly here. And 4:01 to be precise on the clock here in our first half. And look at this, another bowl-in won by Richard Mille. Remember, we will be doing our stats. We're going to whistle here as we get a control play by Gonzalito and Pablo working well together there. And then they're going to talk about this. And remember, they still have a challenge. So, 3rd chucker challenges, risk-reward matrix. We're always fans of those. 3rd and 6th chucker challenges, but we'll see what they decide.
Well, umpires, of course, will be in conference now. They can, of course, communicate with the IRO as well, just to sort of get a take on that. And, of course, Steve Lane, our 3rd man in the CTV Sports Studios, has all the visual angles that you could possibly want or desire. We've got the centre cam, of course, the lovely Stephanie, who's up there on the tower in the middle of the field. Then we have the 2 end zone cameras, of course, again, giving perfect images. But then I think what has made such a revolution, such a difference in this particular sport, the sport of polo, is of course the drone. And we mentioned him earlier, our friend Austin Ramirez, who's celebrating his birthday today, one of the best, if not the best in the business. And I believe, Dale, you have got some updates, some news from our man in the IRO.
Yeah, so we do, but this was a trigger. So the Richard Mille team still has their challenge in place for the first half. We had one umpire had a foul on the play, on the turn, against the blue. The other umpire did not agree with that, so they triggered that. They went to our IRO/3rd man, Steve Lane. Said he had a great look at that. Drone footage was perfect. You can see that on CTV Sports. That play happened right down in the center of the field. So the next move is it's either from the spot. All right, and now they're going to challenge the distance. They're going to challenge the ball placement here, Jan.
Well, this, of course, is around about a good time. Are you talking about the risk-reward matrix, Dale? Now, 3:50 left to play. Remember, the teams that have a challenge, you cannot carry that over, bring it forward into the second half. So if you don't use your challenge, well, that's it. You only get another one, and that only single one challenge in the second half. So this is about as good a time as any with 3:50 left to play here at Chucker number 3 to discuss or to challenge where that ball should be placed. At the moment it's looking at a penalty 4, and maybe this challenge is actually working in favour. You can see the ball being moved slightly further forward. So interesting, and again, Dale, just to you to preach your words, the risk-reward matrix here very much paying dividend.
Oh, well done by both teams. This is great. We love to use, we embrace the technology. It's not going away. Now we had a trigger that kept the foul, but remember, Richard Mille still has a challenge, but then the Brookshire team challenged the ball placement. They thought it should be a 40-yard shot instead of a 60-yard shot. After reviewing the tape, they did have a true breakaway, so a great challenge. They'll retain their challenge once again, Brookshire. So great work here by both teams early with the challenge system.
So Pipe Vecellino now to claw a very important goal back here, and he does so with ease, no problem there. Pipe Vecellino picking up his second goal of the match, making it 8-6. Remember, we've already seen a goal by Pablo McDonald and Alejandro Navijo Estrada, so at the moment it is 2-1 if you isolate this third chucker.
Yeah, I love that, Jan. I love when it all comes into play like that. You know, of course, Chucker TV, CTV Sports, pioneering the challenge system in 2014, looking at the level it's come to, and that's what it's all about. Both teams using it to perfection. On the move, right now it's going to be Gonza.
Oh, nicely done with the number 2, Pierres trying to weave his way through a little chip shot over the number 3, Polito Pierres. Of course, they are no strangers. They know each other very well. There's an inside back shot or backhand coming from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Like he's got a magnet to that man, Pablo McDonald, and he just cool as a cucumber takes one little look at where the goal is, opens his shoulders and hammers one through, and that is goal number 5 for the 10-goaler.
Pablo McDonald just shooting from everywhere, Jan Eric Frank. Here now, instead, he goes like he's going to run by everybody, shuts it down, and like a pull-up jumper in basketball, just fires one, and he is on fire as shooting the ball very, very precise here in the first half. And they're going to open up a 3-goal lead with 2:15 on the clock.
And I got a little bit of a jab there on that halfway line. Again, this is where the umpires, of course, want to avoid any kind of cluster polo. They want to have open, fast polo. And you can see the two mounted officials just comparing how they saw it, of course, before they make that final decision on what they do. Looks like it's going to be a penalty from the spot.
So they come together on the bowl in, and they call that at the scrum. You know, there's so many people involved there. You have 8 four-legged athletes, you know, running from 600 to 700 pounds. And that ball just, Pablo had control of that ball, kind of rolled underneath his horse's legs, and then Gondolito went to steal it out of there. But there was an oncoming player for Brookshire, so we do get a blocking foul, and we'll go to penalty 5B, or 5A actually, in favor of the Brookshire team in the orange jersey. We are going to get a timeout. And it looks like Pepe over on the far side, just making sure Gilberto's okay. Safety's always first. Grand Champion Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club. And they'll make sure he's okay. Looks like he's rubbing his thigh there. He got hit on the. Remember, you can ride off in the game of polo to any you new viewers and new patrons. It is called the ride-off. Sometimes when those horses come together, as we said, 600 to 700 pound animals running 25 to 36 miles an hour. You need to come together evenly. The rules and regulations on that are based on even play and same relative speed, less than 45-degree angle. Looks like Gilberto's okay. We're going to go with a quick penalty 5A. Here comes Brookshire.
Little chip shot there once again from the man with the number 4, Euro Di Carril. Nicely played out on the outside. Now then, that is shooting distance, a lofted shot. Where's that going to go? Oh, what a cracking goal. Del, did you see that? Looked like a set play here by Brookshire. They needed that, so just down to 2 goals. Polito Pierres picking up his 3rd of the match, and a very important goal with A little over a minute and a half left to play here in the first half.
Yeah, Polito getting one from the penalty line and one from the field now. That was a little pop shot, showing his arsenal of shooting. So great shooting. I can't wait to see the stats here for the first half, Jan, as both teams high percentages on shooting. And we saw some misses early in this All-Star Challenge. Remember the single elimination. And now they seem to have it dialed in perfectly. Look at the field. They played a half a field out there already, and it all looks amazing. Here we go, on the bowl-in with 1:13 on the clock, and it's going to be won by Brookshire and Polito.
Once again, Pierre is trying to turn things around here. A little over a minute left to play here, and one extra goal, I'm sure, would go down very well with Brookshire. Alejandro Navijo Estrada clearly established on that line, so again, right underneath the watchful eye there of Gaston Dorignac.
Okay, now both teams still are open. Two challenges if they need them. We will see if they use them. Come together on a loose ball play, and then it was like, and then you get a. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to have a trigger.
Okay, one of the umpires, of course, we mentioned that earlier. The umpires able to trigger as and when they deem it necessary. So whilst we wait for the outcome of this umpire trigger, let me just remind you, the second semi-final, of course, yet to be played. That is scheduled for next Tuesday. Will, of course, play the winner of this game, and that will be between Casablanca and Dazos Lafay. Grant Ganzi, Tomacho Pierres, Barto Castagnol and Jesse Bray playing for Casablanca, and for Dazos Lafay, Francisco Elizalde, Robbie Bilbao, Nico Pierres and Louis Develix. So that, as I say, coming in on Tuesday. But Dale, you've got news for us.
Quick play here, and this is one of those quick line change plays. 4 players running at a dead ball. Remember, the original line was the last line. So whatever angle or wherever the ball was traveling direction. Okay, so now we are going to have a challenge. They're going to challenge the ball placement.
Okay, well, we had that just a few moments ago. Again, risk-reward matrix here with 5.5 minutes on the nose left to play here. So, again, this would be as good a time as any to play that challenge card. As I said, remember, you cannot bring that challenge if you don't use it forward into the second half. Umpires, of course, are able to trigger as and when they deem necessary. And I think Steve Lane, once again, the technology being ever so helpful, giving us a very quick decision.
Yeah, no, well done, and you might as well use it here. I mean, it was a cluster. I like the spot hit, but you had a challenge with 53 seconds left, so why not use it? So they went in and used it. They thought maybe they might be able to get a penalty 4 out of it. Everybody decided from the start, so they'll lose their challenge, but 53 seconds left here in the first half.
Ball tapped into play. And nicely picked up, and well, this is starting to come a little bit more now here towards the end of this first half.
Well, this is interesting here. They had possession, but remember, the Brookshire team, they do not have a challenge now because they challenged the ball placement there. It's going to go against them. As you can see, Gondolito was there to guard one of the Brookshire players, and another player bumped into the back of him, so that's an uneven ride-off. So they'll drop and give possession back to Richard Mille with 46 seconds left.
Alejandro Navijo Estrada immediately when he saw the challenge coming out from his right-hand side, the man with the number 3, Polito Pierres. And he, of course, as I said, would love to have picked up another goal right before the halftime interval. Remember, Dale will be bringing you the fully comprehensive stats of this first half. And cutting straight across at a 90-degree angle, the man with the number 4, the Carril. I'm sure that will have been unintentional. We will tell you all about that particular foul at the beginning of our second half. Now, whatever you do, just stay tuned, because as I speak, and I'm just going to allow Dale a second or a minute or two just to get himself in situ, he will be bringing you the half-time stats. Very interesting stats, I'm sure. So 9 goals to 7 as they leave the field. Dale, over to you.
Thank you, Jan Eric Frank. And what a first half we had here at 9-7. So good shooting by both of our teams. The Richard Mille team taking 10 shots in the first half. Brookshire taking 7. Pretty straight up there. You can see that happening. But this is an amazing stat, so congratulations to both teams. Only 1 knock-in for Richard and Mille, and only 2 knock-ins for Brookshire. That is good shooting. If I'm coaching them, I'm happy, because that's the way you want your team to roll. Only 4 fouls committed by Richard Mille and 3 committed by Brookshire. Once again, I'm very happy about that because that's clean polo. And then penalties scored. Well, 1 by Richard Mille, a 30-yard shot, and 2 by Brookshire, a 60 and a 40. Once again, I hope you're enjoying our first semifinal. I'd like to ask everybody to come on out and stomp some divots, stretch your legs, and stay with us. We'll be back for our second half here on CTV Sports.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. It's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Welcome to Chucker TV. I'm Dale Sweats, and we're live at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, the arena here for our Chucker TV Arena Series. Going to go on every Tuesday night. You can join us here. Okay, welcome back, everybody. DJ Treble. And we are live here on CTV Sports. My name's Dale Schwetz with Jan, Eric, Frank. And Jan, tell us a little bit about the first half, my man. What do you think?
1-2. First of all, I think, as to be expected here, very excited to see these two teams, of course, make it through to the first of our two semi-finals. And looking at the scoreboard there, Dale, 9-7. And if we go back through the beginning, of course, remember Brookshire coming in with a goal in hand. They're coming in on 25 goals, team handicap. Mille coming in at 26. So at the end of the first chucker, 3 goals apiece. 3-2 is what was scored, but that one goal made it 3 goals apiece. So that's how they left the field. Chucker number 2 was 5-6. 3-2 in favour of Mille, and they did exactly the same again in Chucker number 3, 3-2, which is why they now have that cushion of a 2-goal advantage. 9-7, and thank you everybody ever so much for treading in those divots, the field. And that also I think is important to mention, is a big compliment to our ground staff here at Grand Champions Polo Club, turning out these fields. I've never seen them in such an immaculate condition, so thank you very much indeed. And once again also from me, many happy returns of the day to Mr. Canada right there, Mr. Fred Mannix. Good to see you, my friend. He's another one of our WPL.
Frederick, happy birthday.
Another one of our WPLers, and of course Austin Ramirez, the number 1 drone pilot in the business. Great to have his birthday here as well.
You know, we got a little surprise for you also today. So following our 6th chucker, we will have our second half stats, and then we're going to have Wheelie Polo for you. Wheelie Polo exhibition before our trophy presentation, and we'll go more into that as the game goes on. Looks like we got all of our players on the field. Let's just make sure we're all safe. Remember our safety zones as those spaces between the stands and the boards. Looks like we're all ready to go here, Gaston. And we'll start our second half.
And of course, play will resume or recommence where play ended at the end of that last chuck of the first half. And we had a whistle, and that whistle has resulted in a hit from the spot. Quickly taken, ladies and gentlemen, by the one and only Pablo McDonough, picking up goal number 6 here. So Mille coming out strong, getting into double figures, 10-7, beginning of chucker number 4.
Yeah, great way to start the second half here. McDonough on fire, picking up goal 6. 2 from the penalty line, 4 from the field. 3-goal difference, though, not enough in the game of polo. We've seen 3 goals scored in a minute and a half in this World Polo League this year. Very fast and furious, open style polo, Polito.
Pierres, another little chip shot, not too far out for the Carril. Nice little pickup. Wasting no time with the number 2, Gonzalito. Sends it back down towards that halfway line. Now we've got an 8-goaler up against the 10-goal. Alejandro hammers that ball back up. He's saying, Pablo, look to the front. And Pablo McDonough, I'm pretty sure, will just need to get the putter out. But no, he wants to send that one into another postcode. And that's exactly what he did.
Wow, great rotation once again. As now Gonzalito Pierres, wearing the number 2, is going to rotate into the 3 position. They're going to send Pablo forward. Gilberto's going to rotate around, as we talked about Gilberto. So his ability to be at different parts of the field has been fantastic here in our first tournament of the season, the All-Star Challenge. Back to the center. This was pretty even on the stats. It's going to stay even. Polito.
On the move, look at that great stick work here. In comes the hammer from the number 2 from Gonzalito. Pierres versus Pierres, but Pierres will come out on top. Well, of course, the question is which one. This time for Brookshire, working very hard and with perseverance. What a cracking goal here for Brookshire. Polito Pierres picking up his 4th of the match.
Wow. Yeah. Que golazo, Polito Pierres. That is an amazing goal, working his way through the whole pack. The stick work. My beautiful wife calls him the sweeper. When he gets going, it looks like he's sweeping the floor out there, just running, but he's doing it at 30 miles an hour. Just unbelievable goal to answer the call here for the Brookshire team.
Well, Dale, I did say to you that if you ever now and then look to your left, look to your right, you're always going to see Polo royalty. I'd like to welcome the one and only Mr. Nick Roldan is in the house. He, another one of our WPL superstars. You'll be seeing him, of course, playing throughout the season. But now let's go back to the action with the number 2, Brookshire. Down by still 3 points, 8 goals to 11. Pipe Vecellina trying to send that ball back downfield. The north end. A little bit of a sword fight going on over on the far side. Alejandro Navidja Estrada again being cautioned there by the umpire to allow a little bit of space for the player to make the play. Now what's interesting, of course, if you are new to polo, one of the very few sports, or the only sport that I know, is that you cannot challenge a player from 2 sides. So a 2-on-1 is a no-no, and I believe that's the only sport that I know of.
No, you got it. And remember, you must play the game with your right hand. So if you haven't noticed that yet, to any of our new viewers or new patrons, you must play the game of polo with your right hand. Scott Woods.
Well, on that note, Dale, that rule was abolished in 1974. Up until then, you could still play with your left hand, but since 1974, as you rightly said, not anymore allowed. Alejandro getting into a little bit of a cluster there in front of goal, and the umpires are blowing the whistle at 3:48.
Yeah, good point there, too. Ski Johnson was one of the last lefties. And Lefty Lyle, and I actually played with Lefty Lyle up at the Village at Polo Club. We are going to get a blocking call here. As you can see, Alejandro in the purple helmet. He worked that ball in, took it back to the right side, and then Del Carrillo came from left to right to block his right-of-way. That ball was inside the 30-yard line, so you will get a penalty, too, from the spot. Pretty easy, about 12-yard shot there for Richard Mille. And Pablo will pick up his 3rd penalty, 2 of the day.
Yeah, not only that, Dale, in total now he has scored 5. He has scored 8 goals. So from Richard Mille's 12 goals, 8 on the account here of Pablo McDonough. 3:23, and that means we're going to have a courtesy change, so the players will go off and get themselves a fresh set of legs. And Dale, I am very much looking forward to, because I've never seen a game of wheelie polo.
Wheelie polo.
Never seen it.
And we at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, Grand Champions Polo Club, have designed our own rules, set of rules and regulations for wheelie polo. It's going to go on right here in front of you today. We're going to play 6-on-6. Now remember, in wheelie polo, you can actually play 10-on-10. What we do is we use a 100-yard field, and that's with 5-on-5. And every time we add 2 players, we lengthen the field to give them more space. You got 5 yards at each goal, behind each goal. So if you like hockey, and I know Fred Mannix down there likes hockey, as all the Canadians, you're going to see, you'll love this, but we leave 5 yards behind the goal so that the players can actually play the ball if it goes wide of the goal, and that'll still be in play. Use short goal posts, and they're 4 yards apart instead of 8 yards, such as you see right now of the goal post, and it must go between the posts. A bowl-in begins each chucker, and they'll switch directions after the chucker. We're going to play 2 chuckers today. You get 2 points for a half field shot, and trust me, when you see these young polo players, female and male, boys and girls playing, you will enjoy it. So make sure you stay with us after our game between our trophy presentation. Look at this sword fight, picked up here by Pipe.
Vichelino around the outside. He's found a little bit of a gap, and but look at that once again. He read it well. He saw it coming. Anticipation is a very key factor of this game. Pablo McDonough, nicely done. Now then, a run here for Gonzalito with the number 2. He's already pointing over to Gilberto, who was trying to send a cut shot over into the danger zone, and even pointed out to where he wanted Gilberto Sayao to take position. So once again, they read it well. Brookshire still down, well, now down by 4 goals. Need to come up with something a little bit quicker. Down to a little over 2.5 minutes left to play, and another whistle will stop the action.
So they come together on the far side.
Whistle.
And you could throw a blanket over about 5 players.
Whistle.
And the boards, remember those boards right there, the safety zone, everybody? As the players can leave the field. That's another rule, Jan. It's a little different in some sports. As the players are allowed to leave the field and play the ball on the field. So they can jump the boards in front of you, run down the field, play the ball on the right side. You're going to get a blocking foul on the far side from the spot, penalty 5A, and it'll be Alejandro.
Very quickly taken by Navijo Estrada. Wants to get a little bit more distance between him and those sideboards. A slight deflection. And you would have thought that might have been a little bit of luck for Brookshire. Well, second time, or in the second approach, they get that bit of luck again. A cheeky but a very legit steal here as Pierre sends it back. Oh, look at that, intercepted it in mid-air. Alejandro trying to pick up that loose ball, but again, keeping his wits about him with the number 3. Polito Pierres now a little bit under the cosh, under pressure. Carril trying to take out Alejandro to allow a little bit more space. No mistakes now, they're so deep in front, or very close in front of their own goal mouth. Now over on the far side, and just the elegant of touches here once again. Pipe Vichelino having to react, coming charging down the line, looking in disbelief to the umpire, who well, as you can see, did not resort to blowing that whistle. Once again on the move here, Alejandro hammers that one back down towards the sideboards. Vichelino again will turn it around. There was the backhand again, a slight deflection. Alejandro Navijo Estrada saying, hang on a minute, that should have been my ball. Well, we've seen that on a few occasions where the umpires will just be a little bit hesitant to allow a play to unfold before they actually make that call. Brookshire on the ball here, but we're down to the last minute of play, and they need a quick goal here now before they go and change ponies for the 5th chucker.
Back and forth, letting them play here at the end of this 4th chucker. Shot on goal. Oh, and just off to the right side, and I believe that the clock might tick down here, but you're going to want to go ahead and work the clock, and I'm sure you're going to see Richard Mille going to do that. There's your 30-second horn. Put your hands together, everybody. That'll be our 4th chucker of play, and 12-8 here as Richard Mille will hold on to their lead over Brookshire. We'll send everybody off. Get some fresh 4-legged athletes underneath them, and we'll be back for our fabulous 5th chucker live here on CTV Sports.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. To the World Polo League host Mark and Melissa Ganzi, I would like to congratulate the both of you for the opening of 2023 polo season in Florida. Thank you also for welcoming my best friend Mikey Romero and his Global Port team to the Grand Champions Polo Club to compete in the highest level of polo in North America. I wish you all the best of luck during this season, and God willing, I can come and visit Florida to meet you also and cheer for our Global 4 team. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Know that God is good all the time. Thank you. Mabuhay.
Foot golf is a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, "Have you tried it?" I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the two top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
Live here. All right, welcome back everybody to CTV Sports and our fifth chucker action. Remember the foot golf. Keep an eye out for the foot golf. Looks like we got our mounted officials ready to go out there. They take it there. Looks like we're all ready to go, Gaston. Both teams still have challenges here in the second half. Well used today, Yan. They used their challenge system so great at the end of the third chucker. Nip and tuck here. And, well, you know, they went into halftime 9-7. Richard Mille with a bit of an edge there, but not much. And, you know, we only had 3 knock-ins in the first half. That is incredible shooting by both teams.
It is indeed, but Dale, again, also looking at my score sheet here. For me, it all started going a little bit pear-shaped here. Well, not pear-shaped, but Richard Mille seemed to be getting their mojo going in chucker number 2. They beat Brookshire. If we isolate the individual chuckers, 3-2. Again, 3-2 in favour of Richard Mille. That's how they left the field, 9-7. Now, chucker number 4, 3-1. So they are being very consistent. Actually, if we look at all the first 4 chuckers, 3 goals per chucker, and that is very consistent here by Richard Mille. So let's see if Brookshire, who I'm sure will have had plenty to talk about in that halftime break, how they might just change or adapt their strategy. Little backhand shot. Well, he's been told to leave it there. The man from Brazil, Gilberto Sayao, deep down in their own half. And you can see that Richard Mille shutting or making those spaces very, very small for Brookshire to work with. Very good marking up, but they are standing deep, and now that could make them vulnerable for a very quick counter-offensive. And you know how quick these ponies are. I mean, just look at these wonderful 4-legged athletes right in front of us now. With the number 3, Polito Pierres, up against Pablo McDonough. Just looking for a little bit of an advantage. Leaves that one now for De Carril. De Carril takes the ball over the halfway line. Lot of space and room to work with now. He can also shoot from distance, and I think that's what he tried to do, but he got just a little touch. Alejandro Novillo Estrada did everything the way the rule book says you need to do it by taking that one on the near side. But again, just perseverance here, paying such a lot of dividends, and Richard Mille able to steal the ball back. Now we have a 2-man horse race up at the front waiting. Gilberto still with the number 2. Gonzalito Pierres tried to hammer one on the half volley. Pablo Madonna too far. De Carril will be the first man on the board. No one to play it to. Will take the pace out ever so slightly. Oh, a little bit of good luck in a bad situation there. Once again, Brookshire on the move. And looks like he was going to try and run this one himself, Polito Pierres, but he just ran into too much traffic. Again, cheeky little under the neck shot there by Pablo McDonough. Again, looking for Gilberto. As he goes down the field, there's the chip shot back towards the man with the number 3. Intercepted in comes Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Very, very attentive here this afternoon, putting the pressure on. And as you said earlier on, Dale, a very clean and fair game.
Yeah, very open running, gunning game here in the fifth chunker as they run for a good 2.5 minutes, hence the courtesy change. Everybody just flying around the field, man-to-man polo, good control here. The MVP from last week on the move, trying to bring it in with the number 4. Great play by Duncan, running through everybody, picked up again now by Richard Mille. They'll clean it up. Here comes Pablo, working it down. He's got Gilberto. Oh, breakaway coming.
Here we go then, McDonough now. Who's he going to be looking for? Gilberto Sayao, but he's going to be up against Scott Wood. And you can see that he was marked. Now the idea would be that have the ball on his stick side. He got the ball on his stick side. That ball is still running in front of goal. And what a sweet finishing touch here from Gonzalito Pierres.
You got it. What a power polo play by Richard Mille. You need to give credit where credit is due. Gilberto Saúl hitting that one little offside 20-yard shot back to the left side. Gonzalito Pierres reads the play perfectly, puts his man on his hip, switches to the near side, the left side of the pony, takes the most difficult shot in the game of polo at full speed, lays it dead center, and look at this. We talk about the courtesy change here, Jan, and this is the perfect time to talk about the horse racing. We just watched these players run around the field for over 3.5 minutes. And if you go back to all the horse races, we talk a lot about it, and that's the Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont Stakes. The Kentucky Preakness Stakes, the record was set in 1973 at 1:53 by Secretariat. And that is 1 mile and 3/16. The Kentucky Derby, 1.25 miles, 10 furlongs, was set by Secretariat in 1973 at 1:59. Now remember, everybody, they just ran for over 3 minutes here. The Belmont Stake is the longest. We compare this to our polo a lot, and it is 1.5 miles, and it's 12 furlongs. And it was set once again by Secretariat when he won the Triple Crown at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Hence the courtesy change. That's why we love it. That's why it's great for the four-legged athletes. We got everybody back here at 45 seconds ready to go, Jan, and away we go.
Ball back in play. McDonough immediately gets a challenge here from Pierres, and that was one of the situations where they just allowed that play to unfold before Gaston Dorignac then resorted to blowing that whistle. So I'm sure that was unintentional. But of course, a lot at stake here. You win this and you will be in the final. And Adele, we did talk about polo royalty. Just have a look behind you here. We had a lovely evening on Friday over at the world's one and only Polo Museum and Hall of Fame. George and Brenda Dupont, great to have you with us here. A very good afternoon to you.
Yeah, so good to see you guys. What a night we had. So much great positive energy in there. And we do have a trigger on a play. We got the trigger on the play, Jan.
Okay, well, as we said earlier, the umpires, of course, they are able to trigger whenever they deem necessary. The teams, of course, and we mentioned that earlier, had their challenges, which they used very wisely and also at the right time. Now, of course, if this is a trigger, it'll be a call by the umpire, so not by the actual teams. They still have their challenges, and it is still early doors. Well, I say early doors, we have a good 3:46 left to play here in Chukker number 5. 5 goals in it, and so far just that one goal coming from Gonzalito Pierres, the coolest, the sweetest of goals, I think, so far in this game, after that great assist coming from Gilberto Sayao. So they are extending their lead from 3 to 4 to now 5 goals, but there is still plenty of time left in it. Del, do you have any news for us?
It looks like we have a trigger on the play here. And we're going to ask Steve Lane in here. They have a trigger on the play. And they want to see if they have a foul against the blue or the orange.
So as the players wait, Steve Lane.
Right, so it looks like we had one way umpire had it going one way, and one umpire had it going the other way. So they're going to go ahead and it's going to go against the orange, so foul against the orange.
Well, not exactly what they need now. They need to actually start scoring a few more goals, maybe getting the odd penalty or two, but still a long way over from playing, so who knows? Okay, so from we're gonna, as Dale was just saying, there was a penalty against Orange, so a hit from the spot. We know that, yeah, George. You know, you're calling out 5B. You know the rules, of course, like nobody else does. From the centre now, it'll be Alejandro Novillo Estrada, just making sure he gets his pony on the right leg. Here we go then. 3:46 left to play in the penultimate 5th chukker. And Alejandro sends a special delivery ball all the way deep into Brookshire territory. Nobody there to pick it up just yet. So Brookshire able to once again dodge a bullet, but they now need to be playing against, well, they are playing against the clock. 5 goals down. They need to come up with something quick. And this man is definitely one who could do the job, and that is Polito Pierres. And you can see he's hungry. He's going to take on 3 defending players. Still Pierres up against McDonough. This is now down to horsepower. McDonough comes back. De Carril puts himself into the danger zone. Can Carril get another piece of it? I think he might just be able to. Oh, there was a whistle. There was a whistle, but again, you saw how that play was unfolding here as Pierres was looking to see where he could play it to. It was a difficult angle. De Carril came into that danger zone and just a little bit too far out to make the shot.
Sort of a foul against the Orange here, and they're going to go ahead and challenge this call. So we'll check with our Rose team ladies. We have a foul against the Orange there. They're challenging the call.
3:06. Well, this will be as good a time as any because obviously they need to start scoring goals, and if they are sure, now you like to always talk about who makes that challenge call, Dale. It should ideally not be the one that's actually got into the situation where he would say, look, you know, I was hard done by. Let the captain or let someone who has a clear head, a clear mind, make that call. And I believe, Dale, you've got some interesting news for us.
Oh, great challenge here. If we have no foul on the play, so the goal will count, as this was a continuation play as the player shot the ball when they fouled, when the whistle was blown. So goal on the play, no foul. Another great challenge by Del Carril coming in there. A great use of the challenge system. Once again, Jan Erik Frank, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, they're playing a very intelligent game down there. So 4 goals in it, 9 goals to 13 or 13 goals to 9. 3:05 left here in this penultimate 5th chukker. And you said it yourself, Dale, you know, a little bit of luck never did anybody any harm, but they need to start winning those throw-ins, and it looks like Polito Pierres has done exactly that. Pierres once again taking on 2 defenders. In comes De Carril to try and clear the way to allow Pierres the stick work. He takes a lofted shot, but it's just going to run out of steam. That's Carril chasing that ball once again. Richard Mille feeling the wrath now of Brookshire, who you can tell they really wanted. 2:40 left to play here in chukker number 5. Oh, a whistle. And this will be an interesting one. They are right across over on the other side of the field here. The 2 umpires just going to sort of discuss this one out and just make sure that they're on the same page. And it'll be
so they come together there, Jan, and he had control. You know what's funny, what you don't see, is Pablo's horse actually kicked the ball. So this is what's interesting while we're having a discussion probably. We'll see what they decide on this. And it's just bad luck there as Pablo went to shut down. His 4-legged athlete kicked the ball forward, but he will get control of the ball, but that's why one of the Brookshire players went to steal the ball. But remember, the line was still the same. So penalty 5A in favor of Richard Mille.
Quickly taken by Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Now then, let's have a look at the clock. 2:24 left to play. Brookshire able to win it back. De Carril. And he got a little bump there. Now this will be an interesting one. I'd like to see this on the replay, Dale, as well, because he was coming straight down that line thinking that was inevitably going to be his right of way. Again, the 2 umpires in conference, and now let's have a look at the footage here. Is there anything we can see there, how that happened? Because it did look like a bit of an unfortunate little bump.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. It's always having discussions, and this is what it's all about. We talk a lot about this, with our professional international umpire crew that we use here with the Grand Champions Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club, CTV Sports, Steve Lane, and our polo manager, and also IRO/third man, reviewing all the calls all the time. Remember, not just the calls that you see and we talk about. Steve is also reviewing the calls and tagging the plays for the players for after the game. So when you play in the World Polo League or any of our leagues from 6 goal to 26 goals, plays are being tagged constantly. So if there is an issue, that players can get a result and a moment's notice, and they're going to say no foul on the play here and bowl it in for the center of the board. So good call, as they're going to offset this.
Ball back in play. Now then, Richard Mille getting the better of that throw-in once again. In comes Pipe Vecellino, just as McDonough was trying to open his shoulders and take a shot. He hammers that to the front door. Gilberto, is he going to have to? Well, you see he was caught off guard there. A little bit unlucky. Gilberto Sayud sends a little back shot there, trying to find the target. A little bit unlucky as he just puts that one wide. So
What a fast open running chucker. I think, this has probably been one of the fastest running open chuckers. The first, they ran for almost 4 minutes at the beginning of it, so it makes sense they would go to a defensive battle here now to try to slow somebody down, and that's why we're getting a few fouls here or there. A little dicier play here at the end of the 5th with 1:31, but still the same score. But wow, man, the first part of this 5th chucker was just tremendous speed, showing you the level and why the 26 goal tradition is being played here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. World Polo League, higher level, higher speed, best horses in the world, best field in the world, best sponsors in the world, competing at the highest level. We are going to get a right-of-way violation here. Good read by Gonzalito Pierres as he's going to catch one of the Brookshire players coming from left to right in front of the right-of-way. So they'll drop that ball at the penalty 2, open goal 30-yard shot, and it'll be Pablo McDonough to do the honors.
Well, what did you expect, Dale? Pablo McDonough, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the third, and now his first goal in the 4th. So 5 and 4 is 9 goals out of that total of 14 goals scored here by Richard Mille. So they are on track, and we have a little over a minute left to play here in chucker number 5.
Yeah, big goal for the Richard Mille team. I knew they'd break the ice sooner or later. Someone would get on the board. Now, look at the battle here on the bowl-in. Everybody wants possession. Alejandro and Pipe are going to be on the front. They find a gap, and it'll be Bertolino.
Pipe. In comes the challenge from Pierres. Once again picked up by McDonough. He will send Pierres on the way. De Carril right with him there at the front door. He won't reach that, but Pierres will leave that one for McDonough. Well, what a great lineup here, all 3 players, and look how quickly Alejandro Navijo Estrada turned. He could see that Brookshire were going to regain possession, stopped his pony, turned on a sixpence to be able to do exactly what he needs to do, which is go back in defense. You might have heard in the background the horn. So down to the last now 20-odd seconds left to play here in chucker number 5. Richard Mille have it once more. The rotation working really, really well as Alejandro Navijo Estrada goes up, wants to make himself available. Pablo McDonough tries to take a long-distance shot, and Alejandro with the extended backhander. Nice bit of defending there by De Carril, but they're hammering onto that goal, and eventually it goes through. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. I thought maybe Pablo would leave it for Gonzalito there, but it's going to be Pablo to finish it off as they were on a 3-on-1 attack, and we got the boys doing looked like they're having a celebration down there for Frederick Mannix, doing his birthday dance on that goal. But what a goal, what a finish. Put your hands together, everybody. 15-9, and we're going to send them off and get ready for our 6th and final chucker. Well, 6-goal lead here. That's not enough goals, a goal a minute. We've seen it done here in the World Polo League, but we'll see if Richard Mille can hold on. Stay with us. We'll be back for our 6th and final chucker of the 2023 World Polo League All-Star Challenge Semifinal number 1. seconds, and away we go. 6 chucker action. And they come together right there, so it looks like we're going to have a rethrow in here. Yeah, as they came on there a little too close to the umpire. Remember, 5 yards to one there just to keep it comfortable. Keep it fair. Looks like we're all ready to go, Gaston. So we want to make sure everything right here, especially this time. So they'll line them back up for a re-bowl-in. And here we go, 15-9, final chucker. Get behind your team. Richard Mille in the blue, Brookshire in the orange, and it'll be Del Carrillo.
Hero over on the far side, just looking for an opportunity to unleash a long ball. That's an easy 120, 130 yard shot. Cleared in front of the goal mouth there by Richard Mille. Now they want to be careful. A lot can happen in 7 minutes, which is what we've got left to play here in chucker number 6. 6 goals in it here, Dale. Richard Mille very much on course to, well, definitely making it into the second final of this tournament. They've already won it once before back in 2021. Audi, the other team to have also already won it in the past. So let's see if they can make it again this year. Remember, the final of the All-Star Challenge will be played Sunday, the 26th of February. You might want to cancel anything that is not as important as watching this final, this first of our WPL tournaments. This, of course, in its 5th year, the 2023 season. So 6:51 on the clock, and Richard Mille being awarded with a hit from the center, a 5B.
Yeah, so both teams still have challenges here, and you know, they've used the system at a very high level today. Very clever. You said it, clever level. Say that 7 times straight.
Clever level.
Well, you can do it, I can't. But they've done a great job doing it. And here you go. This guy's been fabulous in the whole this tournament. Alejandro.
Navijo Estrada once again trying to feed the ball up to his number 2, to Gonzalito Pierres. But I would like to see Brookshire, who have been working so hard here in this semi-final, come back with a couple of goals. Still plenty of time to do just that. Virgilino now on the boards. Behind him, De Carril. Still Pipe. Looking at the front there for the number 3, for Polito. De Carril hammers and under the next shot. That ball is still airborne, but it's gone a little bit too far out to the right. Well, maybe that's what they need to start doing now, Del, is hammering and shooting from all angles.
No, I agree. I think you got to change it up a little bit. I mean, Richard Mille has been very strong. The high percentage shooting. So, you know, if you get a space or you get an opening, take the shots. We see that. I would love to see in the future the 2-point or 3-point line put in the game. We have that in the wheelie polo if they score from half field. And we sometimes reuse it in beach and snow polo, sometimes, if the tournament committee agrees on it. But not on the outdoor field yet. On the knock-in. And it'll be picked up here and controlled by Brookshire. Open back shot looking for Virgilino. They come together. I like the non-call. And it'll be Pablo.
McDonough once again. Now then, let's have a look how he's done. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and already 2 in the fifth. We are now here in chucker number 6, and let's see if Brookshire can run away with this one. Pipe Virgilino takes it on the first touch. Nicely done. A 2-man horse race. Virgilino slightly topped the ball there, and he had the pressure. You could feel him breathing down his neck. Gonzalito Pierre is coming back. But he's going to leave this one for Polito Pierres. Now Pierres will just hammer that one, and guess what, Del? He's only put it wide. He's only going to put it wide.
Polito having such a great game, just bad luck. 3 goals on the day for Polito. 1 from the penalty line, 2 from the field. Just bad luck there on the shot on goal. And the problem with that is the clock goes tick, tick, tick. And that's before the courtesy change. We have a few players. Looks like we had a few players going off on tag timeouts. So that'll stop the clock. So that'll benefit the Brookshire team now, as they will be able to stop the clock and try to get control here. And they're going to do it.
to start scoring, Dale. They need to start scoring quickly. Oh, nicely done. Round the outside, on the near side. There comes a long distance shot. And this time, no mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. That really was pure elegance in motion.
Yeah, you got it. So Pipe got to go ahead and pick up his fourth of the day, Virgilino. Pipe scoring in the first, second, third. 2 from the field, 1 from in the first chucker and the second chucker, then a penalty 3 in the third, now in the sixth. They need to get possession here, though. Time is at the essence. 4 minutes, 5 goals down. It'll be Paulito.
Pierres. I'm sure he'd like to run one in himself. Pierres round the outside. Good defending there by Scott Wood to allow Pierres a little bit more space to work with. Now he's within, well, nearly within the 60-yard zone. Picked up now by Dick Carril. A late whistle coming in from Gaston Dorignac, and you can see straight away pointing to the penalty spot.
Yeah, now they still have a challenge here. So I don't know if they'll use it or not. If they go to it looked like blocking will be the call. And they might go ahead and use it. We'll see. I mean, you might as well. You're in that spot. I mean, they might save it to the end because it could get very close there. You could get 3 quick goals, Jan, and then you might need that challenge. So we'll see what they decide to do. If they agree. Now remember the matrix. The matrix is always, try to use your challenges in the third and the sixth chucker. Never challenge with emotion. Never allow the player that fouled call the challenge. Always have a player on the outside looking in, because the player doesn't try to foul or doesn't think he fouled, or he wouldn't have fouled. So it's better off to have someone else. Right there, you had Pablo McDonough very close to the play. So he might have said, Alejandro, that could look like a foul, so what, save it. So good use of the challenge system there. Once again by Richard Mille. Conversation by Estrada and McDonough working very well together. On the open goal penalty 2, it'll be Virgilino.
And Virgilino makes no mistake indeed. Pepe Virgilino picking up a very important second goal here in this chukker for Brookshire. So 9, 10, 11, 9 in the last 2, now makes 11, and still 15 for Richard Mille.
So we're going to click down here about 3 minutes by the time they get to the center. And Richard Mille using time management, as you can see, using every second they could to get back there cleanly. Gondolito will win this one. Backed up by Brookshire. And here they come. 2-on-2, Paulito. He's got Virgilino go forward.
Now, what a great eye there from Aero de Carril, that near side backhand. He had 2 to choose from, but Paulito Pierres will be the man to take this one. Pierres, now he could shoot from there. In comes Alejandro Navijo Estrada again, playing a solid role here in defense. De Carril opens the shoulders. A deflection. How unlucky can you get? And of course, Alejandro will send that ball over to the sideboards as long as it's away from that goal mouth. And he might actually now on the pickup, because of course a new line has been created once it comes off that sideboards for Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Working very hard again, perseverance. That's what he's been doing all afternoon. Absolutely phenomenal, the performance here by Alejandro Navijo Estrada.
Yeah, in the sword fight here with a couple players, and they're going to let him play this one out, and everybody just go into a man quickly. Paulito's going to bang one off of one of the four-legged athletes. Into the coffin corner it goes. Now the sword fight from Alejandro. Picked up and controlled by McDonough. Very tight play, and this is working in favor of the blue jerseys once again as the clock ticks down. That ball will go out of bounds. And once again, Richard Mille will benefit off of this knock-in as they're going to gain about 8 more seconds yet.
They are indeed, and we're down to the last minute and a half by the time they knock that ball back into play. Here we go then, 15 goals to 11. They've done everything right so far to secure their place in next Sunday's final of the All-Star Challenge 2023. Another good run to goal here by Pablo McDonough. That ball will just barely stay in play. A pick-up attempt here by the number 2, Gonzalito Pierres. Now the last thing you want to do is concede another goal, or that nearly would have gone through. A little bit unlucky there for Gilberto Sayao. Alejandro Divigio Estrada again, look at that, he anticipates, he's already turned the right way. Now then, Pipe Vecellino taking the pace out a little bit. He's got Hero de Carril on his left-hand side. He wants it. There's the cut shot, trying to send it across to Hero. A little bit unlucky, as once again, Polito Pieros will try and finish what they started. And again, only a yard or two out to the right-hand side. We are down to the last few seconds of play here in Chukka number 6.
Yeah, every time they get an opportunity, a blue jersey comes in, and there's your 30-second warning horn. And it looks like the Brookshire team just going to go ahead and contest this game. So there you go. Put your hands together, everybody. Richard Mille will hold on with a 4-goal lead to enter into our first final of 2023, the World Polo League All-Star Challenge. Yan, a very strong team today. Richard Mille, but you got to give love to Brookshire. Great performance getting here to the semifinal.
Without a doubt, Dad. You've got to give love to both. And ladies and gentlemen, as they come by, please do the honourable thing. Give them a round of applause. Brookshire here. Well played, all 4 players. As, yes, rightly so, Scott Wood, Pipe Vecellino, Polito Pieros, and Hero de Carril. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'd like to pass you now over to Dell, who's going to come at you with the end of match stats.
Okay, so the stats 15-11, 17 shots by the Richard Mille team, 16 by Brookshire. Knock-ins, 6 by Richard Mille, 3 by Brookshire. Throw-ins, 12-12. Fouls committed, though, this would hurt Brookshire, 10 compared to 5 by Richard Mille. Penalty scored, 4 for Richard Mille, 3 by Brookshire, and it goes down across the board. So once again, there it is, and those stats line out pretty well. So we will send them off, and stay with us, as we'll be back for our Wheelie Polo exhibition match. You don't want to miss it. Get yourself a drink, sit back, relax, enjoy yourself here at the Grand Champions Polo Club after our Wheelie exhibition. As our Director of Operations, Cale Newman, will be setting the field up, we will have our trophy presentation where we can get up close and personal with all the players and the most valuable player and best playing pony here for the 2023 All-Star Challenge Semifinal number 1. And remember, you can go back to CTV Sports YouTube channel and check out all the action that you saw live today. Stay with us. We'll be right back for our Wheelie Polo exhibition. Fran, we're going live. And I'm going to go through the players here for the green team. Put your mallet in the air when you hear your name. Fran Spinacci, where you at? Put your hands together for Fran Spinacci, everybody. Artemio Figueres, where you at, Artemio? Ricky. Well, there you go, Ricky. Sylvester Silver. There's your green team. For the purple, Antonio Aguirre. There's Antonio. Mickey Novizio Trada. There's Mickey. Cruz Bilbao. Cruz. Where you at, Cruz? There he is. And Santos Novizio Trada. These are our 8 players. Here we go. 2 chuckers of polo. Director of Operations, Cale Newman, will bowl it in, and we'll be off to the races. Let's get ready to rumble, because this is what it's all about. Wheelie polo at its finest. They'll go the same direction, the full chucker, and they'll switch directions after this chucker. Any goal scored from center will be worth 2 points, and they have 5 yards of playing room behind the goals, as they do in hockey. We do that to keep the continuous play going, so they only have a knock-in when the ball goes further. On the far side, Fran Spinacci, they'll get going about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and they play polo rules. There's no bumping, only hooking on the same side. On the far side, Cruz picked up now by Spinacci. Fran, 1, twice. Look at his stick work. Fran Spinacci picked up and turned up and taken around the corner as Artemio. Now it's going to be Cruz. He'll get a piece of it. They all come together on the green team, and the purple works it down. Back shot there by Silver, Novizio Estrada. Now all of these players you see out there, they do play. Oh, this could be worth 2 points. A huge shot there by, and the finish. And what a shot there. And wow, Artemio, that's going to be Aguirre, unbelievable shot there by Aguirre. And they'll turn Antonio. And look at this one for the equalizer. Yeah, and another one. So 1-1 here. And we'll play continuous play. Silver's going to get a goal. So, Antonio, another one looking for 2 points here. Aguirre with the big drive. Misplay. Taking it front. And a pick up there by Mickey, and they're going to put that one in as they take it around on out of the air. Unbelievable play there by Ricky, as they are phenomenal. Now we are using a white tennis ball for safety, and also all the players, they must have a foot mallet, they must have a wheel, polo wheel, a helmet, and glasses for safety reasons alone. On the move, on the turn, it's going to be picked up here and taken out by Artemio. Now the move by Silver. Stolen away. Taken under the neck. Team Purple, Polo School Purple on the move. On the pickup here, going to be Artemio. Figueres. Now these kids, they ride, these young players ride. We'll get a bowl in here from our Director of Operations, Cale Newman, as he'll go ahead and keep the wheels rolling and move it down the field. Big ball here, looking for 2 points. What a drive by Polo School Purple. As Santos, now it's going to be Fran Spinacci, and he'll run the far side. Those wheels can move very quickly. And what's amazing, as you notice, here even after playing over half a chukker, we have not had any of the players run into each other, and they're very safe. If you look at them come together. On the move, Team Purple, and it's got to be Aguirre, and another one there by Antonio. Antonio will bring it around. Picked up again by Fran. Loose ball play in the center. Everybody comes together. Now Fran Spinacci. What a nice back shot there. Looking for Artemio. Figueres left in there. Loose ball play. They all come together. Ricky and Silver. Now it's going to be Team Purple on the move. Open him up. Full speed. Fran looking for the hook. He finds it. Artemio will turn it. Look at the ball control. Leaves it for Fran. Good teamwork here by Polo School Green. Now on the hook. Well done there on the hook by Mickey. Now they'll come the other way on the move. And they come together, loose ball play. They'll keep that one moving. Remember, 5 yards behind the goals. The goals are 4 feet apart, and that's a little bit different based on the size of the field. We can lengthen the field based on the number of players. Today we're playing 4-on-4, but sometimes we get where there's 7 or 8 or 9 or 10-on-10, and then that is amazing. On the move, Aguirre. Oh, on the run, he got a breakaway. Can anybody get him? Loose ball play, stolen out by Team Purple. Now taken around by Artemio. Figueres, save on the end line. What a play there by Mickey. Now they come together. Cruz is going to get involved. Cruz, stolen away there by Spinacci. And it'll be, and there you go. And that'll be the chucker. So put your hands together, everybody. Polo School Green and Polo School Purple. What? We're going to play our second chucker now. And once again, it'll be very quick. I hope you're enjoying our exhibition match, as we will be starting a polo wheelie polo league is coming soon. So get ready. All right, Kale will line them up. And this will be our second chucker. As he gets picked up quickly by the Polo School Green and Franz Spinacci. Now, Franz Spinacci just got done playing a polo game today, played in the 8-goal with Artemio. Whoa, they come together right there. And they'll look and make sure there's no foul on the play. And no, everybody clean. So a bit of a rub there. And they take it forward. And it will be Mickey on the move with Santos. Looking for Aguirre. Backed up by Silver. Well done, Silver Division Estrada. Cruz, Bilbao. Cruz again. Everybody going hard. Artemio on the breakaway. Figueres looking for the breakaway. Artemio. Yeah. And Artemio Figueres will get the finish on the breakaway play. It's amazing how fast they can move down the field on these wheels. The polo wheel turned around the corner they go. It's going to be Spinacci. Spinacci rolling. Loose ball play here for Fran. Fran looking to pick it up out of the air. Artemio's going to get a piece of it. Silver. Oh, off the goal post, and it'll be Mickey. Mickey now, Santos trying to take it down. Looking for the near side, backed up cleanly. Going to be picked up now by Spinacci. He's got Aguirre in the rumble seat. They'll come together on the move, and everybody converges on the white ball. It's going to be picked up here, taken now. It's Santos and Mickey on the move. Oh, what a shot right here. Okay, golazo, just wide. So Artemio says just wide to the right, and they'll keep the continuous play going. Big ball by Figueres. Loose ball play as Mickey and Santos come together. In the corner they go. On the move, on the turn. Everybody trying to make a hook. Loose ball play by Aguirre. Now he'll take his one down the center. I don't know how Fran gets that thing moving so quick, but he moves it very. Oh, goes for the tail shot. Shot on goal. And that ball's going to bounce just wide, as it looked like Mickey and Antonio were trying to finish that one off. On the play, Artemio. Loose ball play picked up and taken by Aguirre and Santos. Now they'll come around the corner. Two players override. Loose ball play. Everybody turning on defense. Trying to get over there. Look at this open back shot. And a nice attempt by Polo School Purple. But it's turned out by Polo School Green. And they'll run the far side. And look at this guy. Oh, my Lord. As Artemio Figueres. So strong with the ball. Now it's going to be Franz Spinacci on the move. Franz Spinacci. Look for the finish. Franz Spinacci. And what a goal by Spinacci to pick up another one for Polo School Green. Looks like we have all of our players coming over for our trophy presentation. So I hope you're enjoying our exhibition wheelie polo match. Cale Newman does a great job keeping all the kids safe and of course getting this field and rules organized as we put these rules and field together this summer at the Aspen Valley Polo Club. So if you want to know more about the wheelie polo, you can go to gcpolo.com and get in touch with Cale Newman, Director of Operations, or Juan Bellini. Their phone numbers are on the website, and you can ask them more about that, and they'll set you up. It is a lot of fun and a great way to work out. Believe it or not, it's a lot more strenuous than you think on the legs and your core. Big play here by Artemio. Loose ball play, they pick it up, and Polo School Green with Ricky and Silvestri trying to move it. Now it'll be Silver. Nice little back shot there by Estrada. Stolen away and taking it forward here. Now Polo School Purple looking for the play and just wide to the right. Whoa, Fran almost put that one in for the purple team, and they get taken out by the green. Now they go. And we check our time down with our official. They're coming down in 17 seconds on the clock. Here we go, final run of the day. Artemio looking for one more for the Polo School Green. Artemio, Figueres, what a shot and goal, and that'll end it right there. Put your hands together, everybody. Polo School Green, purple, and that will end our wheelie polo exhibition. One more time, put your hands together for Polo School Green. As we have Franz Panacci, Artemio Figueres, Ricky Malovich, Silvestri Novija Estrada, and of course, Polo School Purple with Antonio Getty, Mickey Novija Estrada, Cruz Bilbao, and Santos Novija Estrada. Put your hands together, everybody, one more time for all of our young players here. Super job, Cale. Great job keeping everybody safe. And we are going to go to a little break here. So once again, everybody, enjoy yourself. I'm going to turn DJ Trouble loose on you, and we'll be right back here on CTV Sports for our trophy presentation of the 2023 World Polo League All-Star Challenge Semifinal number 1. Stay with us. We'll be right back on CTV Sports. DJ Trouble. Welcome back, everybody, to CTV Sports. if we could get all of the players to come down to the trophy presentation stand as we have everybody getting organized down there. Once again, my name is Dale Schwetz with Jan, Erik, Frank. Jan, Erik, Frank, what a day here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, semi-final number 1, and half of the stage is set for the 2023 World Polo League All-Star Challenge.
That's right, and that final, just to make a note in your diaries, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next Sunday, the 26th of February, it'll be taking place right here. Now, of course, until then, we do have, of course, another semi-final. That'll be coming on your screens on Tuesday. Casablanca will be taking on Dazos La Fey. And, of course, Richard Mille will be watching that game very closely to see the outcome of that. So make sure you make a note in your diary. We'd love to see you back here at Grand Champions Polo Club for the final next Sunday. Now, the players, I believe, most of them are here ready for the prize presentation. And Dale, we are delighted to have Andrea or Andy Riemenschneider and, of course, the daughter Robin on site this afternoon to do the prize presentation. Just the final finishing touches, and you might have noticed that beautiful silver plate on the podium. Now that plate was chosen by Andrea Riemenschneider, and it was given to her and Richard by their parents on their wedding anniversary for this, the perpetual trophy for the inaugural Richard Riemenschneider Memorial Cup. And what, as Dale was saying, a great day it has been here. So I can also see that the best playing pony, the WPL best playing pony of this semi-final, has also already made its way to the podium. So I'm just waiting now for Juan Bellini to give me the heads up once all the players are on the podium so we can get on with the prize presentation. So yeah, here they come then, the players, ladies and gentlemen, and as they make their way up onto the podium, be so kind and give them a round of applause, leading the way up onto the podium. There they are, the boys in blue, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Richard and Mille. And I believe the two ladies who are going to be doing the prize presentation, well, ladies and gentlemen, there she is. That is the best playing pony, the World Polo League best playing pony of this All-Star Challenge semi-final. Yes, get into the picture, and if I can ask you please to put your hands together for Coquetona. She was played by Gonzalito Pierres in the 4th chakra, an 8-year-old mare winning the prestigious blanket, of course, the WPL best playing pony blanket. And thank you very much also, of course, to all the grooms looking after all of the ponies. There she goes, and I'm sure she'll be looking forward to a very relaxed evening. If I can now ask you to please welcome onto the podium Andrea and Robin Riemenschneider. Thank you very much. If you'd like to take center stage, please, ladies, take center stage, as we now also would like to have a round of applause for Brookshire, the runners-up. Ladies and gentlemen, give both teams, if you would, a big round of applause. Thank you very much indeed. So without any further ado, ladies, I hope you're ready. We're going to start with the runners-up, and what a cracking team we saw here once again by Brookshire. Please step forward at number 1, Mr. Scott Wood. At number 2, once again, make some noise for Pipe Michelino. And at number 3, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 10 goal, and it is Paulito Pierres. And at number 4, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Hero de Carril. Great performance. Remember last weekend winning the MVP. And now over to the winners. And as you know, with that win, they are in next weekend's final. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Mille, kindly make some noise for the number 1 from Brazil, Gilberto Sayão. At number 2, please step forward, Gonzalito Perez. Always great to see any Perez on the field. At number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the 10-goaler, Mr. Pablo McDonough. And last but by no means least, ladies and gentlemen, another superb performance, the one and only Alejandro Novillo Estrada. And now before we present that beautiful plate, we have 2 more prizes to give. We're going to start off with the MVP, the most valuable player of this semi-final. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together. MVP award goes to Mr. Pablo McDonough. And before we present the beautiful plate to the winning team, and I did mention that has a bit of history in our family heirloom, I'd like you also please to thank our 2 very, very talented mounted officials. Ladies and gentlemen, we have on the one hand Senor Gaston Dorignac and Mr. Pepe Araya. Thank you very much. A round of applause if you please. Thank you, gentlemen. A big, big thank you to Andy and Robin Riemenschneider. And now, of course, time for the pictures. And, of course, the presentation of this beautiful silver plate to the winning team. And like I said, making it through to next Sunday's final. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a big thank you to Andrea and Robin Riemenschneider, as they will now hand that plate over to the winning team. Give it up one more time for Team Richard Mille. And I believe before we bid you all a very farewell, and we have all the pictures taken, a very young man by the name of Mr. Tony Coppola would like to say a few words.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out for this inaugural Remo Memorial. Dick Riemenschneider was a friend of mine for over 60 years, a great friend, a great supporter of polo. He started out in Milwaukee at the Joy Farms Polo Club, made his way east to the University of Virginia, and stayed on the East Coast for the rest of his life. But he dedicated his life to this sport. He was not only the chairman of the Polo Training Foundation, he was the chairman of the United States Polo Association, and a great supporter of the UVA alumni polo activities. So Andy and Polly are here, and Andy summed it up the other day, and she said, Dick lived a great life. He did, and he was a great guy, a wonderful friend. So thanks for coming out for this inaugural Remo Memorial.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tony Coppola. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, a big thank you. A round of applause, please, for Andy and Robin Riemenschneider. Thank you very much. I'll leave you with these lovely pictures. Thank you, Dale, for escorting the ladies down. That was it from us on this fantastic Super Sunday, I'd like to call it, here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Thank you all for coming out and making it another successful day. Congratulations once again to Richard Mille, and I'm going to hand over the microphone to my dear friend, Dale Schweitz.
Thank you, Jan-Erik Frank. We'll put your hands together for Jan-Erik Frank. Of course, and thank you for coming out. Special day for us here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, of course, for Remo and his whole family. And of course, we're just starting out our World Polo League. So half of the stage is set for the final. So, for Jan-Erik Frank, I'm Dale Schweitz. I speak for everyone at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, when you see games like this, memorials for special people, you understand why we always say, we love the polo.